So today we're gonna discuss in this webinar about the analytical scope in Salesforce, what we can do with the analytics in Salesforce, and what are the scopes on the analytical part of this Salesforce. So this is the brief contains on what are the topics we're gonna discuss in today. So first, we're gonna give you a brief introduction of what is the analytics in Salesforce. Then we can give you a complete overview of this particular topic. Then what are the basic fundamentals in this particular field? Then in the next one, we will give you a simple demo and a case study, like how we implement in daily life of this analytics in Salesforce. And then we will discuss about the evolution in this particular field. And last but not the least, that's the career path and what are the job opportunities of Salesforce Analytics. So we will start with the first topic. This is the introduction part. So, like currently during this pandemic, there is blooming things for the cloud-based analytics part. And web analytics is a cloud-based platform where it's designed for the users to get the answers to questions instantly on any device. So if you're using any software or something, you have to connect to a particular device using a database to access all those software and all those parts. But the big advantage of the cloud is you don't need to have any kind of database. It will be completely stored in the cloud. You can just have a good internet connection along with your system. You can access it from anywhere. Now, with the web analytics, anyone can quickly query or explore data across the CRM, SIS, LMS, or financial aid, and like hospitality management or customer relationship management, to get exactly the information you need without being stuck in pre-built reports. So previously, what we were doing as a human being, if we need any forecasting or anything, we have to depend on the historical data. Like suppose we performed with this stuff, and in the future on the next project, we can estimate or forecast like this project will take around 20 days as the previous one took around 18 days. But now with this web analytics or the operation analytics, what you can do, you can forecast your data with particular reports and dashboards and all those stuffs, with the hospitality management, with the customer relationship management, with the housing systems, everywhere you can use to make a bridge and or the relationship between the business and the customers. Now, what are the scopes for this operation analytics? Like you can maintain your organizational data through the report. Like each and every data, like whenever employee is logging in, you can collect those data. You can also manage their every type of data, like salaries, presence, their business, whatever the business or opportunity they're creating. Every data you can make it, and you can put it in a proper way to create in a report. Now, in the next part, dashboard is a complete graphical representation of the report. Whatever you are getting data in the report, you can graphically represent it in a particular dashboard. Now, the next point is list view. What is a list view? Like this is a particular list based on your requirement. You can put a filter in it, and you can customize those list views. Like list views means a list based on your customized view. So here you can sort the data in the alphabetical wise, like ascending or descending order. or you can, like, suppose there are few opportunities. Now you want to see all the opportunities, whatever you have in your organization. You can do it with the list views, using the filters. Now coming to the first topic. So this is, now we're gonna discuss depth about the reports. Now, what is an exact report in Salesforce? So this is a list of records that meet the criteria you define is known as report. So how can you define the criteria? In Salesforce, it's displayed in rows and columns. Like, there are two parts in the rows and in the columns. You can design your reports. So horizontally and vertically, you can post your data there, and you can graphically represent it in the dashboard part. However, in the report, you can filter it out. Like, you want to see the data for a particular user, you can filter it out there, or you can group it out by the account name. Suppose you want to see whatever the opportunities we have for Cognizant. So we can filter out on the company name is equals to Cognizant, and you can group it out by the account name, so that based on that, whatever the data we have in our organization, we can group it out and we can show it to your org. And also you can add the graphical charts. Like, these are the charts you can see in the right hand side. These are the charts you can also add in the reports, so they can view it in the report as well, and they can also add in the users page as well. Now, whenever you are creating a report, there are a few folders. You, like, two type of folders are there. There are public folders and the private folders. Based on your you say, like, these are the permissions, like public, hidden, or shared. You can create the folders. So public folders means each and everyone in your organization have the access on that particular folder. They can see that particular report, and whatever the data in that particular report, they can access it. Now, if you make hidden for that particular folder, so no other users will be able to see that particular report apart from who is creating that particular report. And also you can control the sharing part. Like, you want to share it with few users, you can go ahead and share it with few users, so that it's not visible for each and everyone in your organization. So based on your requirement, you can make it public, you can make it hidden, or you can share it with a few of the members of your organization. Now, coming to the report, there are two types of reports: standard report and the custom report. So standard report means there are few reports which are already available in your organizations, like, based on your standard objects. There are few report types which are already available. These are called standard reports. And custom report means you create a object, then based on that you want to create a particular report type, and based on that report type you can create a custom report. So whatever the report you are creating on the custom object, that will be calling custom report, and whatever you are creating, whatever the report you are creating on standard object, that will be calling standard report. Now, there are a few formats for the report. First one is the tabular format. That's a normal table format. Now, if you group that particular report by rows, then it will be coming up as a summary format. And if you group any report by rows and column both, then it will be coming up as a matrix report. So these are the different type of reports. And what are the additional features you can use in this report? As I told you, like you can use the report chart. In the report, you can also get a customizable view of the data in that particular report. Now, what is a joint report? Joint report means you created two different reports in two different objects, and based on that requirement, you can join both the reports with the report types. Now, in the next one, you can use like formula fields. Instead of creating formula fields directly in your organization, you can directly create formula fields in the report. So just giving an example, like you want to calculate what is the winning percentage of your opportunity. Now, suppose you have total 100 opportunities, and among them you won on 70 opportunities and you lost on 30. So based on that percentage formula, using a formula fields in the report, you can create a percentage and you can show like 70% you won for your organization. No need to create a new field. You can directly create these formula fields just for the report purpose. Now, coming to the next point, that is dashboard. Now, dashboard is a interactive collection of the widgets that shows all the query results from your data, even if the data comes from the inside or outside of the Salesforce. That is known as dashboard. Basically, the dashboard is the graphical representation of your data, whatever the data you have in your organization or based on your report. So you can see there are few examples available in your right hand side of the screen. These are the types of dashboards you can see, and we will explain further on this part. Now, the dashboard that's convey a multi-phased story about the business from different angles. Now, let me explain this part. Like you have a marketing part, you have a sales part. Now, in a particular dashboard, you want to show only the marketing part, and in a different dashboard, you want to show the sales part. So based on the dashboard filters requirement and your report customization, you can show it just to the marketing part, to the marketing users, and sales part to the sales users only. You can control that particular sharing using the folders, because dashboard also saved in the folders as the reports. And based on your requirement, you can control the sharing part as well. Now, there are different type of charts which you can use in the dashboard. First, like a bar chart, then it will be a column chart, then it will be a funnel, donut, and the normal table view you can use as well. Now, there are few requirements on every type of charts, like in the funnel chart at the central, like in the funnel, you can see the growth year by year. In the donut chart, you can get the total data in the central, and on every donut, you can show the particular year-wise data. And also there is a feature, when you are creating a dashboard, there is a feature add chart used in the dashboard. So whatever the chart you are creating in the report, you can directly use the same chart in the dashboard for the graphical representation in the Salesforce Analytics. Now, what are the additional feature you can use in the dashboard, like the filter and the sub filter? So as we discussed earlier in the report, you can use the filters to customize your data based on your requirement. Now, after adding those report as the components in the dashboard, you can use more filters or sub filters for a particular component to customize your data in dashboard as well. Suppose in a report, you are getting all the organizational data and you added it to a dashboard. Now, using the dashboard filter, you can customize it for Cognizant, you can customize it for Infosys, you can customize it for TCS, like that, based on your filter requirement and the sub filter as well. Now, you can use different type of themes as well in the dashboard, like you can use the dark theme. There are multiple themes you can use and customize based on your requirement. And also you can make a ranking in the dashboard. Suppose what happened, the organizational requirement is, please show me what is the top 100 companies in the world. Now, in your report, you added all the companies. Now, in the dashboard, what you can control, like top 10, top 100, top 1,000, like that. So based on that feature, you can control to show whatever the requirement, like top 10, top 100, top 1,000, like that. So this is a additional good feature in the dashboard you can use for the ranking purpose in the analytics of Salesforce. Now, coming to the next point, that is the list view. Now, list view are the tools often used in the Salesforce toolshed. Using the list view, you can quickly see the particular segment of your data. Now, on the right-hand side, if you can see, you have, suppose in your organization, you have 1 lakh of contacts. Now, in the first one, you created all contacts. Based on your filter requirement, you will get to see all the contacts, whatever available in your organization. Now, you can see the next one, birthdays this month. So you can add the filter. There is a field called birthday for those contacts. Now you can just add the filter, like suppose there is a thing going on your organization that you want to send the gifts to your contacts who has the birthdays for this month. Now, how can you get those data from 1 lakh? It's very tough to manually calculate those who has the data for this month. But using the Salesforce analytics, what you can do, you can just put a filter on that particular field, birthdays this month. So what happened? Whatever the contact you have in your organization, those who have the birthdays for this month, you will get complete data for them. And accordingly, you can send your gifts or the presentations to them as a gesture. And accordingly, like my contacts, new last week, like suppose you added 1,000 of contacts last week, and in between those 1 lakh, you want to see whatever we have added only in the last week. So you can just add a filter, created date, last week. Based on that, you can get it in the new last week, the list view. So based on your filter requirement or the business requirement, you can add additional filters, and you can also use the filter logic in that, like and logic or logic. You can use that as well in the list view. Now, to find the data points you are looking for, list views use objects. Like for every object, there are different list views. Like if you have leads, for leads, you have different list views. For accounts, you have different list views. For opportunities, you have different list views, and so on. So for every opportunity, suppose for leads, you have all leads. For accounts, you have all accounts. And for opportunities, you have all opportunities. Like the list views are completely different for every objects. And for that particular object in the list view, you won't be able to get the data for the different object. Whatever the list view you are creating for one object, it will be showing the data for that particular object only. Now, there are different types of list views to view those data. One is the normal table view, which we discussed in the earlier slide. This is the table view. So you can see the table representation of all your data. And the next one, that is Kanban view, means based on your requirement, you can categorize the data in Kanban view. Like suppose you have opportunity stages, like now it's negotiating part, now we are preparing this opportunity, now this is closed won, this is closed lost. Now based on those categories, you can differentiate in the Kanban view, and you can see whatever the opportunities in closed won, whatever the opportunities in the negotiation part, whatever the opportunities you lost, based on that you can see in the Kanban view. Now coming to the third one, that is split view. In the split view, what you can see on the left hand side, you can see all the opportunities all together. Now suppose you want to access any one of them. Now if you come to the table view, this is the table view here, you need to click on that particular opportunity, it will open that opportunity only, and you can edit and make changes on that part. But in the split view, what you can do, on the left hand side you can see all those data, and suppose if you want to edit one, click on that, it will open on the right hand side, you can edit it, and at the same time you can see all the opportunities in the left hand side as well. So this is the additional feature in the split view. You can see all the opportunities or the records at the same time when you are editing any particular one.